Hey, surprise, surprise, surprise. Guess what? We coming to you live on a Sunday night, right? Something a little bit different for you tonight, because I'm not gonna have time to do it tomorrow morning, and Baker Man is not gonna have time, and we haven't been on lately because we do have uh
Things going on.
yes.
Hmm.
So we are here today to bring you um to do what we do. To do
There you
what we
go. That
do.
is true. To do what we do, that is true. And that is to tell the truth.
Yes, 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 yes. So today
Uh-huh.
highlight, we got a highlight today. And usually every day, like, so this show we try to talk about different things, right?
Hmm.
In the political world. And usually we're talking about Donald Trump. But today we're gonna talk about one of his buddies.
Yes. And who
Right.
would that be?
JFK Jr. Okay. So
JFK in the way.
yeah, so let me try to see. I got some things I'm gonna try to do today to um show show and tell. It's show and tell today.
Hmm.
So we are talking about JFK Jr. Why some stuff happened, so we like a little bit behind, but we're gonna talk about some of everybody, but this is the man that's in charge of um
The CBC is it CBC?
yeah, CDC.
CDC.
And um so and the measles and all this type of stuff.
And you said we say he replaced. What did he replace somebody? What was that?
So this is what I tried to do some research for you all today. So um who is JFK Jr.? So let me try to see if I can share some stuff. Because we're gonna go like this.
And you go a little something like this. Hit it.
All right. Share it.
Hmm.
All right. You all should be able to see this. I should have my phone so I can follow along.
Mm.
Oh, excuse me. Can you hear that? Yeah. So, who is JFK Jr.? At first, I'm like, is that the one that was married to um what's her name? Kennedy, not Jackie Onassis. What's her? That's her name, Jackie.
Oh no, that would be his mother, I think. Then you talking about?
Well,
Mm.
it's right here. Let's read this. Well, he is um because I'm not reading all this. He is a son of the senator and former U.S. Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy, and the nephew of
John F. Kennedy.
yeah, he's the nephew.
Hmm.
So that's who he is. Right there, you see his picture.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to go to my YouTube channel on my phone. So let me see if I can get it so I can watch it as I talk about this. So
Hmm.
that is him there. So that's who he is. He is the nephew of the President John F. A. Kennedy. And
His dad was Robert F. Kennedy.
yes.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, so that's a new one that brings light to his story. I didn't know
what's that?
that he's the Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He's Robert F. Kennedy's son. I remember him.
Okay.
Remember Senator Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I don't even see what I'm looking at. So
Hmm.
let's see. Let's go back. So anyway, yeah, there you go. I see you.
It's on there.
Yeah, okay. See?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Live and
Perfect,
direct.
perfect, perfect.
So he's 71 years old currently.
71. So that's who he is. So now, what does he do? What does he do? So
Mm.
when I when he hold on. So what does he does? I said, what does he does? I had what I was doing. I had went on my telephone to see this live. Did you see me doing that?
Hmm.
And then I was hearing echoes.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like it's a delay.
Yeah,
So while
yeah.
I'm talking and in my ear, like I'm talking twice.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
so it was throwing me off.
Oh, that's right.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
So
Shut that out.
so
Can
what
you hear me
does
all right?
hmm
Okay then.
so what does he do? All right, so I was like, he's in charge of CDC, which is um, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. And actually, he's the United States Secretary of Health and Human Science.
Hmm.
I say Human Science Services.
Hmm.
So, what do they do? He is the head of the United States Department of Health and Human Services, and he served as the principal advisor to the President of the United States, which um, Donald Trump appointed him.
Right.
Um, so he's the secretary, is the member of the United States Cabinet. He's the incumbent secretary of Health and Human Services. Um, anyway, you got this information, and he's in charge of the measles. This is what I want to talk about, the measles and stuff. I'm a little bit off because
It's night.
it's nighttime. It's nice. It's nighttime, and we just got finished having dinner.
Yeah, yeah. It's got that itis in the system. That itis in the blood.
Yes. So yes. So, um, yeah. But we're
So
gonna do it
yeah, so he's
anyway.
the Department of Health and Human Services and oversees, which is the Food Drug Administration, the Center for Disease Control, which is the CDC, like you were saying,
Hmm.
the FDA, the National Institute of Health, Administration for Children and Families, and the Centers of Medicare and Medicaid Services. So he's got his hands busy there.
He,
He's a busy guy.
yeah, he has
Yeah,
a very
important position, and like you said, with that measles thing going on, he seems to be not handling that as well as he should be.
because he's not qualified, I
No,
believe.
no, probably not. He's a big time conspiracy theorist, and he doesn't believe in what is that like vaccines.
Hmm.
So he's against vaccines, and because of that, that is where we're at now with those the measles epidemic that's come. Well, it's not an epidemic yet, but it's a problem.
Yeah. So far, I was looking at this to see who was it that he replaced from last year. You know, when Joe Biden was in,
Hmm.
because they appoint them. So right here you see Norris.
Cochrane.
Hmm.
All right.
So he was actually here with Donald Trump too. You see, but
Oh,
no. Well, he was here.
2017.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
So I think
he was with Obama. So he was with Obama, right? He was with Obama, yeah, 2019 to 2009 to 2017, Norris Cotran. And then he was with Joe Biden. And then so he was twice. Yeah. He should have kept him.
mm-hmm.
But I guess everybody want to have that person in. I don't think it was no problem. Like I think if it was me and I was president and some of the stuff was happening, I wouldn't change all everything. You know what I'm saying? Some things is just okay. Like you just leave these people alone.
Mm.
They wasn't doing nobody no harm, right?
I'm with you on that, but I feel like that. it's not within him to do that. Yeah, I know we ain't supposed to be talking about him, but he doesn't take me as the kind of guy that's just going to say,
I'll just
"No,
leave it be.
yeah, just let it go. It's working all right." He's the kind of guy that says, "No, let me see if I can mess it up. Let me see if I can
Mm-hmm.
mess this thing up."
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
so that's what we got going on. So who he is
Mm-hmm.
and what he does.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to this here. Oh, let's go. Hold on before I go there. Let me just say fair use, fair
Yeah, fair
use,
use.
fair
Yes, fair
use,
use.
fair use.
Mm-hmm.
Stick with me. So here we go. So today we just the highlight is um JFK. And
Mm-hmm.
we're going to pick different people to highlight because we need to know who these people are in our position. So when we hear them talk, that and just be just more familiar with them. And plus he got some wild stories, so that's why I wanted to bring him put him on the hot seat for the night. So anyway, here she go.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing, man? Come on. Oh, no. Okay, let's see. I gotta see.
Is that- Wow.
Okay, okay. Pause, 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 pause. Let me see if I can. So I don't know if you still can hear me. I think you should be able to. Hold on. Let me
Mm-hmm.
check and see.
Get a brief pause to see if how we
Yeah.
coming in.
Can you hear? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Put a one in the chat if you could hear us.
I can put. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. Feedback. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's a little bit what's the word? Crazy.
Yeah. So, all right. So look at that. Let's keep it going. Because I didn't know if you can still hear us if the video is up. So you can hear that. So let's keep it going. So now,
Yeah.
um, because he don't have a control on this measles outbreak. I
No.
said measles. I said,
It's
I
his
said,
measles. Huh?
I said measles.
Yeah, he's ain't a measles.
it is
It
measles.
is.
It's measles.
What you what you was chicken
Measles.
pox or something?
I had the measles once.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, and look at you. You
I'm
didn't
still
even. Good
here.
thing he wasn't around
I
when you
know.
skipped he put it back. Thank goodness you outgrew him
I was grown.
when you had it.
Yeah, my mother was living in New York and she came down to visit me. I think I was like in my 20s.
Mm.
And um she was trying to tell me what to do in my house, you know, which is fine. You know how parents
Yeah,
come.
yeah, they gonna come in and
Yeah.
do what they do.
And I'm like, Mom, I am grown, blah, blah, blah. And the next day I got really sick. And she had to take me to the hospital because I had gotten the measles. I had the measles. So now I'm like,
That was the universe getting back at you for
yeah. So now I'm
disrespecting your
sick.
mama.
Yeah. And this grown woman that I said I was now is a baby with measles. That's what the hell. So I had the measles once, okay?
Wow.
So and
Okay. How was it?
itchy.
What is like a breakout on your skin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
So
So
that's my measles though. You never had it?
I don't think I had the measles. No, I did have chicken pox. I had
Did you
one
have
bump.
one bump?
Yeah, one bump on
Because I think the chicken pox spread out too.
me. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, let's finish this. So this doctor that he said so magnificent, extraordinary healer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what he has to say because um you gotta look at everybody that's in this administration is this is like a freak show. It's like a freak show. I mean, honestly,
You mean like the Stooges where we was talking about
yeah, the
earlier?
Three Stooges, but even worse, it's mix it up with a little bit of what is it? The Adams family, you know? Because Donald Trump, he be like that with that stupid looking smile or whatever. He got rolled eyes. Yeah, I don't know what he talking about. Um, and you're gonna hear some bizarre, bizarre stories.
Mm.
And the next time when you hear this man name mentioned, you're gonna know more about him than you may know.
Mm-hmm. Because we learned that he doesn't know anything about protecting people from health issues, like what his job is supposed to be,
Yes.
like this measles outbreak or whatever.
And he let go because he appointed him. He took away a good person, possibly. I never even was interested. So see now the next time when we get a new president, and now you're gonna know when they appoint the Secretary of State, which I'm gonna be looking for whoever come in office next.
Now you're gonna be watching to see who
Yeah,
goes in the
he
next.
definitely need to be replaced.
Yeah.
Like number one on the list. I always said it's not important, but he needs to go.
Mm.
So here we go. While he was asleep, see? While he was asleep. He said while he was asleep, this game. Yeah, you know you're not that doggone religious. Come on, for real. You is not that religious, man. Talk about something came to you while you was asleep. A prayer. You need to cut that out.
Go to- Mm.
All right, so we're gonna stop with that because we can go on and on.
Mm. So what? So the moral of the story is,
He's what is the moral of the story? What is it? He's crazy, huh? This is your people that's in charge. Well, I
yeah.
say your,
Is
but
that him
our
speaking,
people.
or is that worm? That,
Oh, yeah, because he got a worm in his brain, right?
well, I guess from the way he talking, it sounds like the worm fell out his brain and got in his throat.
Yeah. All right, so look, we're gonna let this one go.
Okay.
So let's clear that up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how is it possible that he has this job? If you want to go back to it yourself, do it.
Mm.
We're gonna move to the next one. All right, so
Before I conclude, what is he talking about before he concludes?
hold on. Let me see if I got the next one.
Or the next
Yeah, I gotta look at my phone. I gotta keep up with myself. I'm doing new things here. I'm doing new things.
mm-hmm.
She's a liar.
Wow. He said,
Okay, so that's the short. He's repeating it back to what he's saying, but he's a flip flopper. So let me tell you, and let me come out this a little bit. Give me a second. Oh, you want to see a game? Let's take a break and see them play a game. You see
three
another
card.
one?
What they call
Anyway, that her name Jackie. That's my mama name.
it? Okay.
That's everything seven.
Right.
Let's go. Um, let's do this. How the heck I do this? Come back here. Okay, stop the screen. You see,
You working it.
huh?
You getting it together. I see you know what you're doing,
I'm,
man.
I'm I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
All right.
Watch this. Do that. Hit that like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button, and make a comment.
Yes. We should
Yeah.
have said that in the beginning, man. Like it,
So
comment, share, and subscribe.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, um, how you think we doing so far?
I mean, I'm having a good time.
You having a good time?
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
Okay.
He's very comical anyway, for just to me, just from listening to him. It sounds like
Yeah. So, all right. So
some
this
people don't
man,
like to listen to him. He is kind of strange.
when he got, I looked it up. He got like
A worm in his throat.
no, I mean, but you know what? I can
Oh,
look
yeah.
it up for you. But he got a disease.
I can believe it. How in the world we having somebody? He might need to fix himself.
Yeah, how we got somebody with a disease that's in control of the CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention? This is wow. You hear me? That's why I say this is a freak show. Everybody on the dance floor. This is a freak show. You know, Orange Man talking about having a parade for his birthday, but I think he should have a freak show. This is a freak show. Everybody, yeah, have a parade and everybody just dress up in freaky parade suits. You know what I mean? It should be that should be interesting.
Yeah, because that wouldn't be his motive. He likes to have like present himself to be a power and control.
Mm-hmm.
So a freak show would kind of not be on his to do list.
All right, so what we're gonna do now? I see we got one person out there. Can that one person put something in the comments for me?
Oh, got somebody.
We got one person out there.
Oh, right.
Could that one person that's watching say something? All right. Anyway, let's go here. So let's do. We're gonna do a freaky story now about him and this bear.
Oh, the bear.
Yeah. So this is so he did drugs when I think he still be doing something, but
Yeah,
you know,
the way he
allegedly like I don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying allegedly he could be. But he got these wild stories. So we're gonna do the bear story.
Yes. What happened
So
with the bear story?
he used to get high back in the day. He said that just because he could, because he was rich and he had nothing else better to do. And he didn't he say he got high just because. So we'll get to that. And he did weird things. So here go the bear story. Hold on. There you go. And we're not gonna go through the whole story, but look, watch her as he telling. Because
You
when
know who that is, right?
who is that?
Look at her face. Look.
That's his mama.
Check it out. Look. You know her.
Let me see. Well, when I was watching it earlier on, I thought that she didn't like the story, but watch this. And we're not gonna listen to the whole thing. You see the name of this thing. He admits to dumping body of a dead bear in the New York City. So
Yes.
I was taking a group of people falconing and up in Goshen, New York, up in the Hudson Valley. A woman in a van in front of me hit a bear and killed it, a young bear. So I pulled over and I picked up the bear and put him in the back of my van because I was going to skin the bear. And it was very good condition. And I was going to and put the meat in my refrigerator. And you can do that in New York City. You can get a bear tag for a roadkill bear. So then I went walking, I had a bear in my car. And then we had a really good day and we went late. We were catching a lot of game and the people really loved it. So we stayed late. And instead of going back to my home in Westchester, I had to go right to the city because there was a dinner at Peter Luger's Steakhouse. And at the end of the dinner, it went late and I realized I couldn't go home. I had to go to the airport and the bear was in my car and I didn't want to leave the bear in the car because that would have been bad. So then I thought, you know, at that time, this was a little bit of the redneck in me. There'd been a series of bicycle accidents in New York. They had just put in the bike lanes and saw a couple of people had gotten killed and it was every day and people had gotten badly injured. every day it was in the press.
Yeah.
And so I thought,
Look at it.
I wasn't drinking, of course, but people were drinking with me
You
who thought
lying.
this was a good
You
idea.
know you was drinking.
And I said, I had an old bike in my car that somebody had asked me to get rid of it. I said, let's go put the bear in Central Park and we'll make it look like he got hit by a bike. It'll be funny for people. So everybody thought that's a great idea. So we went and did that, and we thought it would be amusing for whoever found it or something. The next day, it was like, it was on every television station. It was the front page of every paper. And I turned on the TV and there was like a mile of yellow tape and there were 20 cop cars. There were helicopters flying over it. And I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And then there was some people on TV in Tyvek suits with gloves on lifting up the bike. And they're saying they're going to take this up to Albany to get a fingerprinted. And I was worried because my prints were all over that bike. Luckily, the story died down after a while, and it stayed dead for a decade. And the New Yorker somehow found out about it, and they're going to do a big article on me, and that's one of the articles. So they asked me, the fact checker said, it's going to be a bad story.
I think it's a great story.
They think that's funny.
Wow.
So he hit a bear or something, I guess, and he put the bear in the car.
It was actually a car in front of him that hit the bear because he was taking some people on a trip to go look at falcons. They was doing some falconing or something, whatever. You know how when the falcon birds or something. So he was taking them up there to see the falcons, and the car in front of him hit the bear. It was a baby cub. So instead of leaving the bear to be, he was planning on picking the bear up and then carving the bear up so that he could keep the meat. He was going to keep the meat for later because he was planning on eating it.
Okay.
And then he was going to take the fur. I guess he was maybe going to make a bearskin rug.
Okay.
And a fireplace too.
Okay. So we got that one. So that's this bear thing. And these are the people that hold authority, a high authority. If anybody, Obama and Kamala, or anybody could have had appointed to have stories like this, they would be having a fit. You hear me? But for them to have such stories, and it's just not him that has the story. Our president himself has his own stories.
Yes.
And some of them are not even humorous.
Right.
Because I don't know, is this humorous or what?
I mean, listening to him talk is funny to me. The story itself ain't that funny, but watching him, he comes off to be something like you almost looking at him like,
yeah, he put the bear on the bike. That was interesting. I seen clips. If you want to look around, you can see the big chaos about it with the police and everything out there.
Oh, they did have. I didn't see it.
Yeah. I don't know if I can find it. Let's see.
Jermaine struggled for years with dental issues before finally finding Nuvia.
Let's see.
Listen to what he wanted most after his smile makeover.
I want to be.
This morning, an admission from RFK Jr. that solves a decade-old mystery.
And I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And I was worried because my prints were all over that bike.
Kennedy posting a video in which he tells Roseanne Barr that he was responsible for a dead bear cub that turned up in Central Park in 2014.
I had an old bike in my car that somebody had asked me to get rid of it. I said, let's go put the bear in Central Park and we'll make it look like he got hit by a bike. We thought it would be amusing for whoever found it.
The incident grabbing headlines at the time, leaving officials scratching their heads, wondering how a bear cub hit by a car ended up in the middle of Manhattan. In the days after the cub was found, the New York Times captured the confusion, writing, "So many questions remain unanswered. How did the bear end up in Central Park? Was there foul play involved? Did she die in the park, or was she dumped there?"
So I was going to skin the bear, and it was very good condition, and I was going to and put the meat in my refrigerator. And you can do that in New York State. You can get a bear tag for a roadkill bear.
Kennedy explains that somebody else hit the bear in upstate New York, but he didn't want the meat to go to waste, so he put the cub in his car before meeting up with friends in the city, then ended up running late and had to rush to the airport.
And I realized I couldn't go home. I had to go to the airport. And the bear was in my car, and I didn't want to leave the bear in the car because that would have been bad.
Kennedy says he revealed the prank after details.
All right, so that was a good one. That was a better one. That was a better one. Yeah. So anyway,
what is the moral of the story with this guy?
The moral of the story is ha 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 ha. It's no moral. Is
And what else did he do? I'm sure
let's what else did he
got some
do?
more stuff going on.
All right, let's see what else he done. That he done. All right, we're gonna take this off. This is a history of his drug usage. We'll do that later. Okay, let's see this. What is this? That's that one too. And then let's go here. Let's go here.
All right.
Did you hear when he said black kids need to be resistant?
Mm.
All right, hold on. All right, fair use again. Fair use, fair use, fair use. I'm not gonna go through the whole video, but here we go. Okay. RFK Jr. said how help him get good grades and
This was wonderful president.
in American.
That-
Oh.
So, say, say, mm, mm, Uh, ah,
How do we get back there?
no, look.
Let's see.
Good brother. Mm, mm,
You gotta, man, go to my iPad. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do my own stuff.
mm.
We're learning some history.
Mm. Well, then.
Let's go back. Okay, here.
Hmm?
That was deep.
So,
That was very deep. And thank you, Roland Martin. I'm sharing this video. I hope I don't get
dinged.
yeah. yeah. I hope not. That was some good information.
I thought I saw that, but I guess
But you can't forget, like some of the stuff, like I seen it too, but each time I see it, it's like seeing it again for the first time.
Right. Yeah, I'm glad you showed that one because I didn't know he was coming at it. I remember that was him when he was campaigning to be president, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? This how foolish, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. This how foolish I was when he first started running, because it was like Trump, Kamala, and him, and John F. Kennedy, the first Kennedy that was the president. That was a good thing. He was a good president, from what I remember and understand. Yeah.
He had his issues too, though.
But he was still cool, pretty cool. So you thinking, oh, I don't want to vote for Trump, or I don't want to do that, because he was going independent. So I was thinking, I might vote for him. That's what I was thinking. I don't even know if you heard me say that. I was like, shoot, I might vote with him. What a big mistake. But that was just, and that's what this channel is supposed to be about, learning how to just dig a little bit deeper, because I had automatically thought he was going.
His name was attached to his uncle.
Yeah.
Right. That maybe he would be somebody that carrying that same name as the Kennedy, that he might have the same, integrity or whatever that his uncle had.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have, but as I was learning more and more, like, oh, he's not all that he's cut up to be, because his family disowned him. So
Mm-hmm.
and then so
He's leaving dead bears in the park.
yeah, he just do a
He's
lot of
cutting
weird things.
wheel heads off and putting them on top of his car. You didn't even talk about that.
Oh yeah, he cut a whale's head off from the beach
Yes.
and put it on top of his car and rode around with it. Like, what is he into? And then he was eating some kind of strange animal.
Yeah, they say it was he said it was a deer, but it was the veterinarian said that was a dog. That's the ribs of a dog.
And he was eating it.
That might be where he got them worms from.
Yeah, so
He got them worms, them dog worms.
yes, I would have learned, like, but when I first heard his name, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm probably gonna go with that. And a lot of times we could vote for people that we don't understand what's really happening. So there he flip flopped. So he pulled out of the race, and then I understand that he wanted to get on Kamala and Biden's side, and they rejected him. They said no, and then he jumped over there with Trump, and Trump accepted him.
He said, "Oh, this is my kind of guy."
Yeah, and so and then he kind of turned, like he was just he'll do whatever is necessary for him to get what he wants. So like, I'll be a Democrat, I'll be an independent, I'll be a Republican. I say I do the vaccinations, I say I won't do the vaccinations. I don't I don't eat a dog, I will eat a dog, like whatever. He might do whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's unhinged. So, but that was very, very good, Roland Martin, and I could do more and more and more and more and more. So the moral of this whole thing is
do your research.
And this was just the eye opener about JFK Jr. I didn't know that much about the man. Like I said, at first, when I first heard about him when he came onto the scene, I thought he was a good person because of the Kennedys. I heard a lot of good things about the Kennedys. I always heard controversy. Like one went with Marilyn Monroe, like, and then maybe the other brother went with Marilyn Monroe.
Yes.
And just little things like that.
Go ahead.
And little things like that. But then as I got to know him even more, learning more about him, he's nothing like that. So yeah. That's it. So I know more about the man than I started out with, and I hope that you all know more about him too now. So and when you hear things that's being said, whether you like him or not, but when you hear things being said from the CDC, the HHS, whatever you hearing it from, those type of sources, we don't know whether or not you should believe them or not. Like, you have to do your own do your own figuring it out, because you can't really trust the government to give you the correct information. So
especially if they if who's ever in office at the time, if it's their people, they definitely not gonna tell you nothing negative about. That's a good thing though. They stick together with that stuff, don't
they? Yeah, they do stick together with that. So that's it. We took an hour to do that. I hope you all enjoy the show. Yeah, we came to you tonight after dinner. Look, we came to you after dinner, and
good dinners.
It was good.
Yeah, that was good food. Good food.
We need some dessert.
Yeah, what you want to get?
I don't know. Yeah, so Yeah, that was different though. You know, in the morning, I wake up in the morning, I be like that, hey. But it ain't gonna happen tomorrow morning because shoot, Mondays is rough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, trying to get going.
Monday.
It's like a punishment for being off on the weekend. Sometimes, yeah. So I ain't gonna try to get nothing going. So in the morning. So that is it. I hope you guys like it. Hit that like button, that subscribe button, hit that bell notification button. So when we go live, you would get that notification. Please make a comment and let me know what did you think about it. You know, we are still trying to figure out the formation and all of this type of stuff. But forget the formation and get the information. You hear me? Forget the formation of the show and keep the information in your head. So the next time, whenever you hear, because you're going to hear something else about this guy.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that it ain't over. Like they said, it ain't over.
Yeah, you're going to
The
hear
party's not over.
And I think next I want to go with Marjorie Green Taylor.
Yeah,
because she's quite busy too.
Yeah, she all over the place with herself. The bleach blonde built butch body.
And I know here in Virginia we got the governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general that's need to be voted on, and maybe New Jersey. I think it's Virginia and New Jersey. So we need to put some Democrats in the House. And not because I'm like, oh, straight up Democratic, but to offset the Republicans.
Yeah.
So
balance.
Yeah, some balance. So be sure to make sure you're registered to vote. Ask other people they register to vote. And this November, it'll be time to go out and vote for these people because it's important that we vote for every branch, not just for the president. So that is how I'm sounding out.
Be there or be square.
Yeah, stay woke, folks.
Keep your head on a swivel.
That's right. And we out of here. Should I end it with the intro or what? I just say we out.
Let's just say we out.
Okay, we out. Bye.